But do you know what happens in this situation? It's that all these examples you gave, including the guy who got there, no man, no luthier, no. It's like, it's the mechanic and the mechanic, right? But it's a point that I think is important, which is to align expectations with the client, right? That you were talking about, which explains the whole situation to the guy. Because there's what can be done. Will it look the same? Man, it won't. There's no way it can. It will look the same if you buy another one there. A Japanese one that painted, it will paint the same. But having an alignment of expectations with what the client understands us is okay. What the client understands as, no, it will really be good, like your it will really be good is the same as my it will really be good. That's it. It's the didactics.
You need to have this didactic approach to explain to the person. It's not even about convincing. It's about explaining to the person, making them understand that it's necessary. Because many people, they always say to me, no, man, it's just about lowering the strings. I say, my friend, do you understand what a setup is? Then the guy goes, well, no. I said, so to set up a guitar, you have at least about 7 points congruent. You understand? If you adjust one, you have to adjust them all. If you lower the string, it might buzz. Then you have to check how the truss rod is, how the nut slot is. You have to see how the bridge is, if it's arched, if it has the right intonation, the right height. So if you don't have all these points correctly aligned, you understand. You'll have an unbalanced instrument. So it's not me who decides. I don't decide anything. The instrument itself decides. It will tell you, hey, do this to me.
There's a limit for you to follow. And another thing, I often mention, during hot weather now, 45 degrees in the shade, man, you make an adjustment on a guitar with a Floyd Rose, dude. The guy gets home and it's already a different guitar. It's already a different guitar.
Only my Terracaxa, you can throw it in the rain, throw it in the sun, and it stays the same.
When the client comes to pick it up, I always explain, look, I'm going to make an adjustment. Come to pick up the instrument with at least half an hour to first check if the work I did for you is satisfactory. Test the instrument. Sometimes people are embarrassed to play. I say, man, I can't play anything. I know how to play 3 songs on that. Don't be embarrassed by me. Play. And then I think there's a point here, which is the client going to play the instrument or test it? Because if they're going to play, they should play it like they would at home or with the band.
Exactly, which is what I think the person should do.
That's what should be done. That's what I recommend they do, for sure. Testing, they'll try to hit the strings with as much force as they can. It will sound out of tune. It will buzz. Then we create another problem where the strings start to rise, and soon the whole instrument is affected.
That happened to me. I said, man, but do you play like that? He said, no, but I'm just testing. I said, no, you have to test it the way you play. Because, no one plays like that. That's it. The way you're playing here, if that's how you play, you need to go back and learn everything again. Go to star. You're fighting with the instrument, right?
Take a little time to close the partnership here. Take the card here. Look.
Here's a little card for you.
It's that joke, right? Santa Claus was watching you play. I already know what you're going to get as a gift.
So, I try to do it, right? I think most people do. From what you're telling me, you do it too. Besides delivering a service, we explain. It often happens with a bunch of bass players. One thing is to play. At the end of the fretboard, another is to play near the bridge. Near the bridge, a different tone. The strings oscillation will be greater or lesser.
You can play in the middle. You can play more on the neck. You can play more. You can, man. When you play a bass, it's there. Look at People Kenya playing there. The guitar is the same thing.
I have a classic case of a client who had a Green Day band, a Green Day cover band. If you've listened to Green Day's bass on headphones, the punch the guy gives the string there is impressive. And he tried to play the same way, but with the amplifier turned down low.
Andre Vasconcelos and PC, for example, are guys who play with high strings. Andre Vasconcelos has an old Fender bass, with strings that are more than a finger thick.
He mentioned that to me.
Don't mess that. I said leave it as is.
Wow, he mentioned it?
You understand he's really something, man.
No, it's just that now I want to lower the strings a little bit. I said, Look, you told me you play with more force.
Yeah, but that's because what happens, right? The setup will depend on each musician's style. That's why it's important for the person to pick up the instrument and play, as you said, play. You gave the example of Andre, possibly with the higher action. He naturally has a more aggressive playing style.
As incredible as it may seem, even the octave man, even the octave checked by the client. I even mentioned this in a video I posted a short time ago on Instagram. After finishing an instrument for the client, he tested it, played it, and was, wow, it's perfect, changes from the back, and so on. And then 3 days later, hey, I brought it to my friend's house who knows a little about luthiery. The octaves aren't matching. I said, okay, man, what do you mean they're not matching? Did you adjust it? No, I didn't adjust it. Man, it left here with the octaves matching. 3 days later, they're not matching anymore. Let's go. I'm curious.
What kind of plastic bridge are you using? Sometimes the fact that he hits hard makes the screw.
So what did he explain?
Or maybe he's pressing on the 12th fret forward with the force he needs.
What he explained to me was this. When my friend plays, it's showing me here on the tuner that it's not matching. I said, okay, you take the guitar and play it yourself. No, for me, it's okay, I said.
Well, then that's it.
Who's going to play the guitar?
Because if you use the string too high and you press, it will change.
It's even a bit higher tuning. If I press a little harder.
Especially since it doesn't tune. Yeah, that doesn't tune. I finished picking it up and it doesn't tune.
Doesn't tune.
Got it. It will go halfway through the tune that. I forgot the name of that scale that is.
It's the fanned frets. It's the multi-scale.
Multi-scale, that's it.
No, the multi-scale is the slanted one. The multi-scale is the slanted one. There's one that's the true temperament, where the fret isn't straight. It's all full of, looks like a little snake, right?
Yes, it is. No, but like it has another name, which was the name of the guy who created this multi-scale, you know?
No, it's not the multi-scale. It's the buzz fightin'.
I don't remember.
The tempered scale was Pythagoras, right? Who mapped the notes, placed them in a circle, right?
That's it.
But the first instrument I saw with where everything is all a caparison, which is a Japanese brand. I don't know if you say it like that. Caparison, I don't know. Caparison. Could be, right? Japanese capability, right? Yeah, teclonetric. Because its fret is completely different, entirely different across the whole scale, so that wherever you play, it's in tune. It will always be in tune. It must be a wonderful difference.
Then we ask, is our ear accustomed to this?
Oh, it's not right, man.
I'm asking, not stating, I don't know.
As you said, I think I get used to everything, right? I think it provides comfort because gradually we become more and more. It increases our sensitivity to what we hear, right? So, there are things that start to bother us, you know, even if you don't have perfect pitch, right? When it's already, you know, it needs tuning. And there are instruments that sometimes don't tune normally like this, then you have to adjust, compensate with the strings, right? And so on. Yeah. You see, it's already wrong, right? Because if there's compensation here, there should be there too. Right. So
there's a Music Man bass that has, right? It has the nuts.
There's that nuts, yeah. That nut that has a compensation, man. I forgot its name. It has a little compensation, so the E string is further back and such, excessively and so on. This is to improve the octave a bit more, right? To make the octave more perfect.
I've seen this already on Music Man. Yeah, Music Man has it. In some of the Music Man guitars, I've seen it until you start playing rock and roll. The Petrucci, that's where I saw it.
Oh, just using drive and such, it already ruins everything. Playing Rock in the Free World by Neil Young at the end of the show already.
Then that's it. Then everything comes nice.